Good morning. Welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Or I would say this is a long weekend reading vlog because Labor Day is on Monday, and so we have lots of time to read. And after that, after Labor Day, I'm taking 2 days off for some medical appointments. So in this week's vlog, I'm not so sure what I want to read. I think I'm gonna continue Dune, which I'm still reading, but really slowly. And I have started The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So for Dune, we're following a boy, and he's moving to another planet. I guess so. Yeah, another place called Arrakis. His entire ruling he'll become the new ruling party of this place, and it seems like it's a political move against them, and let's just see how this family fares. And as for the Priory of the Orange Tree, based on what I've read over the 3 chapters I've read so far, it seems to follow 2 different people. One is a dragon rider, and the other is like a maidservant to the queen, the ruling queen. And I think they are on opposing sides of some sort, and it seems really fun so far. So that's what I'll be reading for this vlog, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna go work out with my partner later on because like we're trying to stay healthy. I'm not the healthiest, but I want to get my cardio in. I realize that sometimes at work when I climb stairs or I walk a bit too fast to get from point A to point B, that my heart beats a little bit too fast for my liking. And I don't like that. I want to get my cardio up a little bit more and be a little bit healthier. So I'm just trying to put in at least 1 week of workouts to just get myself in the best shape that I can. Do you guys struggle with this? I do struggle with this, you know. Ooh, in fun news, I wanted to mention how I got my new Kindle Pop socket. Isn't it adorable? Like my stickers are cute. The crocodile reading a book with the headphones just looks like me, but a crocodile, you know. Anyway, so I'm really having a lot of fun reading the 2 books that I'm currently reading, and I can't wait to update more. Okay, see ya. Good morning. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Let's do my makeup and skincare as I talk to you about the awesome things that happened this week for me. So this is the 2nd week of school for me, and I'm really enjoying my classes, really. I'm learning quite a bit because this is an industry that I don't know and I'm super unaware of, so it's so different from what I already know from my degree. Sunscreen. So I'm really enjoying myself and having a great time in my classes. But it's kept me quite busy and also kept me from going to Samantha Shannon book signing event. Oh, shucks. So, I mean, I've never read anything from Samantha Shannon before, but oh my gosh, I look like a clown. Give me a moment. I've never read anything by Samantha Shannon before. But she was coming to Singapore, and I was like, I'm very interested in Priory of the Orange Tree, and now that the new prequel is out, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it before she comes, but I couldn't make the time because of school. So when she came, I had classes, so I couldn't go. But my kind partner went for me, and he got the prequel signed for me because I already own Priory of the Orange Tree. So because Kinokuniya doesn't allow you to get books signed if it's not bought by them, bought from them. So we can only get 1 book signed, and I was super duper happy. I got a cool pin, I got a map, and I got her signature, and my current partner went for me, and that was really exciting. I couldn't go, but I felt all the joys of maybe having gone. In other news, I've not really read anything yesterday, because I was actually spending a lot of time with my partner. Um, we were playing It Takes Two on the Switch. So if you guys like co-op games, It Takes Two is super fun. It's challenging, but it's fun. It really makes you think before you proceed with what you want to do in the game. Yeah. Other than that, I randomly decided to watch Coach Carter. No one told me that the movie is so good. I love that. I love movies about educators. I don't know what is it. It's just so inspiring. They're so inspiring. The fact that they care so much about other people despite not having a reason to. Oh, it's so inspiring to see him, nurture these young people and really care about their education. It just made me realize that how scary it is that a lot of people don't actually think education is important. Listen, if you have the chance to be educated, to go into the education system, to go to college, to go to university, please do. Just give it a try. If it's not for you, I understand. If you're someone who's aware that this is not for you, not because you're not given the choice, not because you think you're not smart enough, not because of anything, other than the fact that you understand that the education system is not for you and that you can pursue other things without the education system, go ahead. But I will always imply that if you're given a chance, that you should take up that chance. It's so amazing that, that he's not just a coach to these boys, that he's not just a basketball coach, but he cares so much for them on a deeper level. He cares so much for his community on a deeper level. And I'm just so... I think about whether those boys that he ever taught in real life are super thankful for him, which I'm pretty sure that they are. That they've been so blessed to have a teacher that gives a shit about them, that even when the education system is failing them and not allowing them, there's scarily more percentage of these male students that he's coaching are ending up in jail and prison rather than actually going to college. It's scary that the percentage of that is higher than being able to go to school, like higher education. Baffling indeed. And so for Coach Carter to care so much about them, to care about the community that these boys are living in, and to try and better them, it's just so touching, don't you think? If you haven't watched Coach Carter, by all means you should. Like, such a touching story that you yourself, even if you're not an educator, will find that this is just... You can't ignore that the system has failed these boys and he's looking for an alternative from the system. Covered indeed. Okay. Well, that's actually all the news that I have for you. I'm actually reading Assassin's Quest for another vlog that I already started. But I'm not gonna talk much about it here, but I just finished it this morning. I'm wrecked. As you can tell from my expression. Why did Robin Hood do this to me? It's like, oh my gosh, we won but we didn't. I don't know. What a bittersweet feeling. Did we win? Did we not? I don't know. I don't know if we won. Like, with everything that's happened, did we really win? Like, did all the characters that I love really win in life? But so that makes me very, very sad. In any case, today I hope to though I'll be spending time with my partner again, because weekends is the only time that we really, really get time together. I am going to be allocating time to read. We both agreed that I want to read today, and he's gonna play his game, and I'm gonna read. So, and actually making some progress. I just don't know whether to pick Dune today or to pick Priory, but I'll see. But I'm really, I think I will pick Dune, because I'm still thinking of the book every single week, even though I couldn't make time for it. I was like, I need to finish other books first, but Dune. Oh no. Alright. Toodaloo. See you later. morning. So today I got to go for a health checkup. So during the time, I guess I'll have a lot of time to read. I'm just doing a typical body health checkup because I haven't gone for one in a long time. So I decided why not just go for it. So catch you guys later. I just finished my dental surgery. Can't talk too well. So I kind of did some gum surgery because I have receding gums. And I needed to get that done in order to have Invisalign or just aligners. So yeah, I'm trying not to exert myself too much, but that's exactly the best time to actually do a lot of reading while resting. Peace out. Good morning. Do my makeup with me as I talk about the week, I guess. So yesterday I went for my gum surgery. It was alright. The process was pretty much pain-free until the last part where she was sewing on my gum. So what my surgery was that I had some receding gums at the front, and so in order to do aligners to get my teeth straightened out, I need to get that done because if I did some aligners, it might move the teeth in a way that causes it to drop because it lacks the gums to support it. So the doctor needed me to get some gum surgery done in order for that to be safe for me. So that was that. And I was expecting a lot of pain this morning, but strangely enough, not really. They took a piece of my gum from my top palate and kind of added on into this region of my gums where the receding is the worst. And so, yeah, so they took that top part, which is actually the part where it will be the most sore. But this morning it doesn't feel much of anything, but usually when I drink something, it starts to get a little bit more painful. So that was like what happened yesterday. That was what happened yesterday. And otherwise, I'm like totally fine and I'm very, very comfortable. Yeah. And other fun news, I forgot to mention that I bought this most amazing thing for myself. I was thinking of using it for like my sci-fi fantasy like tackle down to help me read through all the books in my TBR. And it is actually this thing. Can you see it? Yeah, okay. So it's actually a book embossing stamp. It's a book embossing stamp. And you kind of like slot it in. Oops. Yes. Okay, slot it in. And then it embosses. Isn't it great? I'm so glad I designed I designed it myself. Yeah, I designed it myself. It is a cat on a set of books, which is very me. And I even made one for my friend, Petrik Leo over at Petrik Leo. So yeah, we can both emboss our books. But for me, I've decided to use it in my videos in the sense that because for my sci-fi tackle down, my sci-fi fantasy tackle down, I want it to be like a crowning jewel for the book where I emboss it to say like, yes, you're staying in my collection and yes, I'm excited to read you next. So yeah, I am going to do that for the future books, and that is going to be very exciting for me. In terms of reading news, I have not been the most effective at reading my books, which is very disappointing on my side. But I've been trying to focus more on schoolwork because I had to miss some classes because of surgery. But I'm trying to be more productive with schoolwork so that I have more time in general to read. And next week I have tests, which means I have to study for it. Yeah. So other than not being that productive in general with reading, I have though made some progress with Dune. And yes, you know, Dune is kind of like a heavy book where not much is happening, but it's just very thematic. It just honestly feels like you're reading a chess game, like a well executed, well thought of chess. Wow, I'm having such problems talking because I'm trying not to move my bottom lip that much. As you know, like as I explained, Paul goes to a country called Arrakis with his family because this is a political move made by the king or something else. Yes, made by the king. And so they're kind of forced to. And as new leaders of this place, they're facing a lot of issues from the previous rulers of this place who are trying to get them down, who are trying to sabotage them. So we are seeing how they are interacting with the people that are already on this planet and how they are probably allies or not allies and how to rally with them to build a better country. And you can see that very gentle but sure moves that the family makes in order to be, you know, the ruling party that they want to be and to prove their point and their stance with the people. And I really, really like that. And so far, the entire Atreides family is just super likable. I want to root for them. You know, Duke Leto, Lady Jessica, and Paul himself. So I'm rooting for them. I want them to win. Although based on the movie, I feel like I know certain things I'm gonna pan out. But speaking of which, I actually did watch the Dune movie before I read this. I was actually planning to read Dune first and then watch the movies, but I couldn't do it in time, so I just decided to watch the movie first in order to help me with the reading experience, which it does help because I think we just finished that whole sandworm like scene where they are going over the desert and seeing how the people mine for this thing called spice, which is essentially the life of the entire planet where they can use it for anything and it's super valuable but hard to mine because in the desert, in order to mine spice, they need like trawlers to like drag up the sand and collect the spice which is like hidden among the sand. But then they are faced with these giant worms that, you know, try to attack them because they are attracted to spice. And they're really huge and they're literally extremely destructive. And there's no way to avoid them other than to have like this gigantic copters that just carry up. They're called carry-alls and they'll carry up the machine while the worm comes so that they wouldn't eat the spice that has been collected. But it's not a foolproof method as we can see in that scene, but it does show a very interesting aspect of the world that we would not know about, you know, because they kept talking about, I mean, I have some prior knowledge because of the movie, but if you don't know anything about it, you'll be like, what is spice? And so that would be a good answer to everything with a more like descriptive thing instead of like some guy telling you like, oh, spice is this and this is how we collect spice. Yeah. You can tell that Duke Leto is someone who's very proactive. Like he will really go out of his way to find out and understand his people. And the people understand that. The people who are interacted with him are either for him or the previous ruling party of Arrakis, which is the Harkonnens. And the Harkonnens are assholes. The Harkonnens are clearly out to get the Atreides. And so that's what I have so far. I also made some progress. Maybe, okay, so with Dune, I maybe read about 100 pages, but with Priory of the Orange Tree, I read about 50 pages or so. And we're still understanding the politics of the world because, as you know, there's two sides of the world. There's like the East and the West. And then the West believes that, or is it the East? Okay, one nation believes that dragons, like they have dragons and they believe in the power of dragons and they ride dragons of their country. And the other side of the world, they don't believe in dragons and they believe that dragons are like evil and that dragons support this big bad that they have banished a while back called the Nameless One. And so they disagree in that aspect and they're super religious. What's their religion? Not too sure. Okay? So, but according to Samantha Shannon, that is actually Christianity. But here we are. Okay. So that's what I have so far with Priory. Although I'm enjoying myself, I'm actually really like Samantha Shannon's writing. It's quite immersive, and it's not too overly descriptive, but it's still quite beautiful in explaining her world, especially when she's trying to world build. It becomes more lyrical and you know, and you can tell that this is also very, very obviously political. And we're following a bunch of characters to make this work. And apparently the Nameless One seems to be coming back. The Queen is in danger, but it's only made known to one singular person who's trying to obtain help for her. Then we're following the handmaiden of the Queen, and we're also following the other side of the world, who is this dragon rider. And that's so far what we're following. But straight off the boat, Samantha Shannon made us follow a bunch of characters. And though I'm a little bit confused, I'm not that confused because at least their names are all different. Keep you guys updated. It's time to close out the vlog. This wasn't the most productive weekly reading vlog, but I had fun this week and I'm glad that I got time off work to rest and relax. And my gums are healing well. Yeah. And the pain meds are keeping the pain away. And additionally, I did read a good chunk of Dune, which I am around 200 pages into it right now. And the intensity in the story is ramping up, and I'm scared for our characters. And with Priory, I'm also about 200 pages into it, and I think the big bad is coming soon. Though, to be frank, I'm not enjoying Priory as much because the pacing is a little bit strange, but the writing is something that I do enjoy. Characters are hard to say right now. So yeah. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!